Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's DLloyd. So, according to Chris Sheridan, it looks like Anthony Davis has his list of preferred destinations. Now, before you start asking, isn't he under contract? Yes, Anthony Davis has 2 years remaining on the 5-year, $145 million contract he signed in 2015. So, he is under contract for this season. He's under contract for next season. Then, after that, he does have a player option that will pay him $29 million. But he's also eligible to sign a Supermax in 2019. So regardless, we probably won't see that third year from Anthony Davis. But when you look at the entire situation and what happened, firing your longtime agent, signing with Rich Paul of Clutch Sports. If you don't know Rich Paul, a powerful agent in the league, but best friends with LeBron James, has strong connections to the Lakers within that organization. They also have Caldwell Pope signed to the agency, has some few other players as well. That's why you've seen a lot of links between the Lakers and Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis definitely wants to win, but now it looks like he has a total of 5 teams, according to Chris Sheridan. Those 5 teams are the Boston Celtics, Los Angeles Lakers, New Orleans Pelicans, the New York Knicks, and the Philadelphia 76ers. So, one team that he's currently on, plus 4 new teams. Those are the teams you have to look at. When you ask me, I think the real options are the Boston Celtics, the Lakers, maybe the Knicks. I don't see them as a high favorite, but they'll have attention because it is New York, it is Madison Square Garden, and they do have enough money to sign him. Philadelphia, I think that's a stretch. I don't see that happening, but anything can happen in the NBA. New Orleans, it really depends on how this season unfolds. If the Pelicans come out and they have a very good year and they're competing, Anthony Davis could look to stay there. If they come out and they're like the middle of the pack, lower Western Conference, or just simply one of the worst teams out there, then things get a little bit more complicated because now you have to start asking, will Anthony Davis survive this entire season? Because simply at that point, they could get out ahead of themselves, the Pelicans, and they could trade Anthony Davis before the trade deadline. You will probably get the most value for Anthony Davis now than you would if you waited till the summer, because now you know he has 1 year left. And once again, he'll try to control everything. He will have his list of teams that he wants to go to, and it'll be tough. You could try to move him now to a team, right? Well, not now, before the trade deadline to a team, if you're having a subpar season or a mediocre season. Anthony Davis, he wants to play for a winning team. It's going to be tough. The reason why I say the Boston Celtics, of course, they have one of the best foundations in basketball, period. Yes, you will lose Al Horford to bring in Anthony Davis, but you're not worried about making that swap at all. Anthony Davis, a top 3 player in the NBA, has the case to be the number 1 player in the NBA. He can fit into any system. So in terms of fit, not really worried about that. It doesn't matter if he goes to the Lakers, Celtics, Knicks, Sixers. Does not matter. Anthony Davis can fit in any system. He's one of those generation type of talents. He can fit in anywhere. So nobody's really worried from that aspect of things. You just have to worry about who's going to try to make the trade, what they can offer, and the connections you have. So the Celtics, they make sense from there. The LA Lakers is Los Angeles 1. You have ties with Rich Paul, who is now your agent, who has ties with the team. So although you can't do too much tampering, it's illegal, your agent has players on the team. You're very close to the Lakers at this point. He's your agent. You have ties. You know if they're interested in an Anthony Davis just from being around. They don't have to, Magic doesn't have to come out and say, hey, we want Anthony Davis. You just being around, you get the vibe, hey, they want Anthony Davis. You can relay that to Anthony Davis. That is not tampering at all. So you have those ties in LA. You already know. You asked LeBron James, would you mind Anthony Davis coming? That's all you have to do. He's probably saying, hey, he's cool. Bring him down. You have those ties. That's why the Lakers definitely in contention. You will have to think those ties are going to be strong right there, and they will have pull when it comes to working that out. The Knicks, they're going to have enough money. And maybe they try to pair him up with Kristaps Porzingis. You have an incredible front court there. Philly, they have all the talent they already have on their team. I don't see them trading any of those young assets to bring in Anthony Davis. I think it's going to be tough for them to do that. That's why I don't think Philly's going to be the best option. Then for the Pelicans, they just simply have to win. If they win, and having a successful season, I think he stays. I don't think he hates New Orleans. He just doesn't like the roster moves they have been making around him at this point. He's been extremely frustrated. So it's going to be interesting. I think we'll definitely talk about this more before the deadline. We'll see how the Pelicans come out and play. If they are having a subpar year, though, it's going to be tough for them not to consider trading him before the deadline. Does he ultimately make it through the year? I would say yes as of right now, but of course anything can change. Anything can happen in this NBA. We've seen crazier stuff happen. But if they're not winning, you do also see a logical chance that the Pelicans, they're going to start shopping him around and seeing what they could get for him. Because you cannot allow Anthony Davis to leave New Orleans and you get absolutely nothing back in return. And you want to capitalize and get as much back as possible if you're going to trade the former first overall draft pick in Anthony Davis. But you guys let me know how you guys feel about this as of right now. Do you think there's a good chance Anthony Davis could be moved before the deadline? Do you think he will finish this year as a Pelican? Do you think he gets traded? If so, where do you think he gets traded to? Let me know how you guys feel about that in the comment section below. It's your boy DLloyd. I'm see y'all next time. Peace.